Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you how to create the interior for a particular type of drawing book called a grid copy drawing book. Now you're going to like this, so stick around. Well, my name's Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you like videos like that, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to smash the notification bell to receive notifications when I produce more videos like this. And also, if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. So today I'm going to be looking at how to create a particular type of drawing book interior called a grid copy drawing book. Now, the grid copy method of drawing involves drawing or having a grid over a diagram and then using that grid to be able to copy the picture onto a different page. And I'm going to do this today in Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you don't have Adobe Illustrator, there are free vector drawing software programs out there. One is Inkscape and the other one is Gravit. So you can use these same principles to create similar interiors. Now, you can create a drawing book just full of grid copy pictures, or you could combine these particular types of interior with different types of drawing methods like the shape drawing method. And if you click on the link above, you'll see a video where I showed you how to make the interior for creating drawings by the shape method. You could combine these inside a sketchbook to mix things up a little, inside a puzzle or activity book again to mix things up. You could incorporate them into a combined drawing and colouring book, because these drawings that kids or adults create can then be coloured in to create an interesting picture. And this method can be used to copy simple or complex drawings, so suitable for both kids and adults. And also, with regards to adults, these can be incorporated into a therapy type book, you know, a drawing therapy type book, and again can be combined with, you know, colouring images, can be combined with different types of drawing methods. So let's have a look on Amazon at a particular example. Now here's a book, How to Draw Unicorns, Mermaids and Other Magical Friends. And if we just have a quick look down at the bottom, we'll see here that this bestsellers rank is 931, so selling extremely well. And if we take a look inside, you'll get an idea of what this copy grid method is. Now, in the first one or two pages, this book gives an instruction on how to do the copy grid method. And you'll see here there's a grid, and underneath the grid is a picture of this unicorn. And using this grid, kids and adults can then transpose those lines onto a blank grid and create a similar drawing. And as you can see, you can then colour in the drawing if you so wish. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to create this and this, so 2 pages of a drawing grid or grid copy drawing book. So first of all, we're going to go to Adobe Illustrator and we're going to create the grid. So what we need to do is click on the rectangle tool and just draw a rectangle like this. Don't worry too much about the size, because being a vector program, it's very easy to adjust the size afterwards. So we've got the outline here of a rectangle. Now I'm just going to increase the thickness of the line, so I'm going to increase the weight to 3 points. And I'm just going to round off the corners slightly. Makes it look a little bit nicer. So now we need to create the lines for the grid. So I'm just going to take the pen tool and just click on one of the lines, just draw down. Now Adobe Illustrator, like many vector programs, if you move it around, will click into place for a vertical line, and we'll do the same for a horizontal line. Now we want to create we want to create 7 of these lines. Now the quickest way to do this is to, on a Mac keyboard, press Alt and the right arrow, and then just press the right arrow, and you can see we get a line. And do the same, repeat, Alt, right, and then just click right to separate the line. Again, Alt right, click to separate the line, and we'll do 3 more of those. Okay, now the outside lines, this one here, we're just going to move over to the outside border of the rectangle, and the same for this one here. Now in the layers panel, we're going to just lock the rectangle, so it's not selected when we click on it, and we're just going to highlight those vertical lines, and then we're going to go over to distribute objects, and we're going to align to selection, and then just click on horizontal distribute center. Boom, and you can see it spreads out those lines nicely. Then we're going to delete those 2 lines that we moved over to there. So we've got our horizontal lines now of our grid, and we're going to perform a similar thing to produce a horizontal line. So select the pen tool, and then click on the line of the box, and again you'll see it'll just, oops, undo that, you'll see it'll just click to the horizontal, and there we have our line. Press V to go to our selection tool. Now this time I'm going to press Alt and the downwards arrow at the same time, and this will basically copy the line, and we can just move it down a bit to separate it, and again Alt down, and we're going to produce 7 of these. Okay, now again, similar to what we did before, the outside lines, we're just going to move 1 to the border of the rectangle at the top and 1 to the border of the rectangle at the bottom. We're then going to highlight all of those, and this time we're going to click on this button here, which is a vertical distribute center, and then we're going to delete the bottom line, delete the top line. Now we're going to just unlock our rectangle, because we'll need to select it. So we're going to select all of this now with our selection tool and press Command G. Okay, and that's going to group this grid together. Now we're going to need letters and numbers at the top, which I'll show you on, which if we look in the interior, you'll see the letters at the top, numbers down there. Okay, so we need our text tool, and we'll put capital A, and we're just going to increase that. You can drag it to increase it, or just go to the font size up here, and I'm going to select 35, so that'll make a nice big font. And then just approximately position it in the center. Now holding down the Alt key, go over the letter that you've just produced and just drag it across, and again to round about the center of the box. Now here's a neat thing, if you then press on Command D, it'll repeat the process that you've just done. And then we just need to change our letters to B, to C, to D, to E, to F. And if they don't look like they're in the center of the boxes, you can just adjust them each one slightly, so I might just adjust that one again, adjust that one over slightly, that one also, I think this one also. Okay, and then we're going to do the same down the side here. So text tool, I'm going to pick number 1, and then I'm going to drag that into position around about the center of the boxes like that, and then pressing Alt, I'm going to drag that down again to around the center, and then Command D to repeat that, and they all look about right. And we're just going to change each number. And obviously this is a 5 by sort of a 6 by 6 grid. You could make the grid bigger if you want, or have less squares, more squares, again depending maybe on the complexity of the image that the person's going to be tracing. So again, we're going to now highlight all of these and press Command G to group them together. Okay. I'm just going to lock that for the moment so that, you know, we can't accidentally highlight anything. So now we're going to need our image. Now those of you that see my other videos know that I like Vecteezy, and I just went to Vecteezy and searched dog, and you can see we've got all these options here. Now the ones with the little star are the pro versions, which you have to pay for a subscription, but the ones without the stars like these are free, and they're free to use, so you could choose any of those if you don't want to pay for a subscription. So I clicked on dog face vector and clicked on download, and then open the file. I'll just do this, and then dragged the SVG file into Adobe Illustrator. So here we are, and we could choose any of these. I'm going to choose the wolf, so just use your selection tool to highlight, Command C to copy, then go to our grid and paste. Now we're going to need to increase the size of this, so I press Shift, Alt and drag, and that will drag from the center. Okay, and we can place this roughly in the middle of our grid. That looks about right, I think. Now I'm just going to hide the grid for the moment, so I'm just going to click here on the little eye and just hide our grid. Now what we need to do is produce an outline of our wolf. So all these shadings need to be outlined. So I'm just going to highlight the whole thing, and top right corner here in the stroke box, I'm going to click on that and then click on black, and then we're going to increase the weight here to 3 points. Okay, so all these components are now outlined nicely, but we've got these colors, so we need to get rid of all those so that we just have a nice outlined diagram. And the easiest way to do this is just to highlight the whole vector image, then go to edit colors, recolor artwork, and then we're going to change these colors here. Don't bother about these two here, but these, where it's got these two boxes here, we're just going to double click on each one, and then you could either drag that up to there to the top, or just put in the code FFFFFF, click on OK. So it's going to change these colors to white. double click there, drag up there. Okay, so now you can see we have our wolf's face and we've got an outline drawing, and then we can click on the eye icon to put the grid back on, and we'll want to drag the grid above the image of the wolf. Oh, now we see here that the image isn't there, and that's because our rectangle box is filled in with white colour, and so we need to turn that into a transparent colour, if you like. So we're just going to click on our group for the grid, scroll down to the bottom, and then click on group again because we want to get that initial rectangle. So we've got that here that we're going to select, and you'll see here the fill colour is white. We just need to put that onto no fill colour, bang, and there we have our grid with the wolf face underneath. So now we need to use this to create the interior of our, so we open a new file, let's click on a basic white presentation. We want to delete all this from the middle, and we want to change the size. This is going to go into an 8.5 by 11 document. So we click on document, click on slide size, custom slide size. Now for an 8.5 times 11, we need to convert that to points, which is actually 612 by 792. Okay, and then we want to copy that and paste. So now we've got our 2 pages, and obviously as you build up your colouring book, you'll have more than 2 pages here. So let's go back to our vector diagram, and all we want to do is just select everything, copy, go to our page. We'll just reduce the size of that so it all fits on nicely, and we're just going to paste, and there we go. And you can increase or decrease the size of that as necessary, and position it in the center. And then what we need to do is the next page, the opposing page in the book, is just going to be the plain grid. So we go back to our vector diagram, and we go to the group, which was our grid. We click on the eye icon, we go to the group of the wolf's face, and click on the eye icon, which will make it disappear, and now we've just got our grid. And then we copy, go to our next page and paste, and again you can move that to around the center. So the beauty of this is that for the next image you can either delete the fox's face, so just select that and delete it, or you can just hide it, so you've not got rid of it, and then you can just go to your vector image, select another image or select a completely different image, copy, and go through the same process that we've just been through again. And you just repeat that process, and then as you do each page, you'll build up the book as you go along. Now this particular page you don't need to keep redoing, because you can just copy and paste that, and then same for this, you copy, paste, move it down, delete that, and then when you produce the next image in Illustrator you can copy and paste directly onto there. So you've got your next colouring page and you've got your blank grid page afterwards. So say you could do a whole book of these, or you could incorporate them into different types of sketchbooks, drawing books, puzzle books, activity books, kids, adults, etc. And as we've seen, it's got good bestsellers ranks, so there is a market there for the book. Obviously you need to assess the competition, maybe niche down a bit, like the one we saw was unicorns and mermaids, I think it was. yeah, unicorns, mermaids, magical friends, spirits, fairies, etc. Yeah, you could niche down into, you know, vehicles, space, what else? Dinosaurs, all sorts of things. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found that useful. If you do think of any other ideas, let me know in the comments. And until next time, oh, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also smash that notification bell. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, until next time, see you again soon. Bye bye.